Today I'm going to go over a very simple deadlift progression. This can be suitable for the beginning person who's learning to deadlift, or for those who are wanting to work on their positioning to make sure that you're in the right position before you pull. If you're having trouble pulling from the floor, this will definitely help you. I'm going to go over some of the positions as well, so that way you can know where you're supposed to be at, how it should feel, and how to work your way down from the progressions and when. Working through the progressions is going to help you a lot with your positioning, help you feel where your deadlift is supposed to be, and really get a strong deadlift pull from the floor. Alright, so I have a deadlift bar set up with 45-pound plates on top of 4-inch blocks. For the blocks, you can use, I just use bumper plates. You can also use blocks if you actually have them, but just find something that's 4 inches tall that you can put a deadlift bar on that can support the weight. So going over a little bit of the positioning when you start on the deadlift, when you walk up to the bar, you want to walk up so that you're close enough so that way when you look straight down, the bar is directly over the middle of your feet, okay? Your feet should be about hip width to shoulder width apart. You got to kind of adjust this based on personal preference because everyone's different. I typically go a little bit closer together in conventional, and then I turn my toes just very slightly out. So it should be less than 45 degrees turned out. So I'm here. You're always also going to want to work your way from your feet all the way up to the top when you start your deadlift. So my feet are set. Then I'm going to pull my shoulders together so that my shoulders are tight, so that way I can maintain a flat back all the way down into the deadlift. You don't want your shoulders to be let out, because if your shoulders let out, you have a loose core, the deadlift is really going to be put all into your back, and it's not going to feel very good. So feet are set, shoulders are tight here. Then I'm going to look forward, making sure I find one spot on the wall to look at. I don't want to look straight down because the bar is going to follow where my head goes. I also don't want to look straight up in the air, because then your spine is not in a neutral stack position. So you want to maintain neutral spine, so we do that by pulling our shoulders back, eyes up here, and then I'm going to reach down at my hip, so I'm going to bend at the hips here, reach down, grab the bar. Okay, so now my shoulders are too far in front of my shins, okay? So now I need to pull back on the bar to make them come closer to me. So to do that, reach down again, shoulders tight, reach down, grab the bar, and then I'm going to sit backwards. As I sit backwards, I'm going to pull up on the bar. Since my shoulders are tight, I'm going to try to pretend like I'm squeezing the bar this way, okay? Pull back, shoulders tight, and as I sit back, on my feet, my weight is on my full foot. As I sit back, there's my spot. Squeeze your glutes and stand up straight. Alrighty, so then the next progression would be down to a 2-inch block. So again, I just use some bumper plates. You can use whatever you have in the gym, just make sure it's about 2 inches and can support the barbell. So with this one, obviously since it's a little bit lower, I'm going to need to sit back a little bit more. So it's important that you know to sit backwards and not down. So you don't want your hips to drop. If your hips drop, then they're going to come up first before your chest comes up off the floor. You want to lead the bar with your chest. So with this one, you just need to make sure you sit back a little bit more. Again, feet together, back tight, lean down, big air. Alrighty, so then the last deadlift progression is pulling it from the floor. Do this when you feel like you're ready to, when you're strong enough, and when you know that you're in the right positioning to do this. Again, the biggest thing is going to just be sitting back far enough and making sure you're not dropping your hips too low. In order to do this, to know that you're ready, make sure you video yourself from the side, or have a training partner watch you, so that way you can see that your shoulders are going to be in line straight with your shins when you're starting your pull. If you need to go back a step, that's totally fine too. Always start with lower weight, making sure that you're not overdoing it right away. Always focus on technique first, and then proceed to add weight onto there once you feel like you're ready. So with this one, again, you'll just walk up to the bar, back tight, reach down at your hips, big breath, pull back, squeeze your glutes and stand up. Alright, so hopefully this helps you guys. If you're new to deadlifting, if you want to improve your deadlift, or if you just need kind of a refresher on your deadlifts, this progression is a very simple, easy one to get started with. Deadlifts are a very technical lift, but don't overcomplicate it, especially as a beginner. Just kind of use the tips I suggested and then work your way up from there. If your goal is to start pulling from the floor, this is going to really help you get there. If you need help or anything else, send me a video, ask questions. I'm always available to help. Otherwise, hopefully you can use this.